So sorry about the wide angle lens, but I wanted to make sure I get everything in with this bag, and quite a difficult angle to get. So this is the Osprey Daylite Plus rucksack. The noise you can hear is some coins I left in the bottom. So this is how big it is. As you can see, it's very compact. So I'm going to first start off by saying, like most of the reviews on this channel, this is the only, well, one of the only two bags I own, and that's because it's the best one. So I try and find, with most of my travel gear, I try and find like the best ones, because I'm a nomad and I don't like to be carrying stuff around that I don't use or isn't good. So when I was choosing a bag, I wanted the kind of like the best one I could find, or at least in my opinion what the best one is. This has been basically my main bag for many years. Well, 1 or 2 years now, and it will be for many years to come. It's got no scratches, no wear and tear. This is like super strong. I don't know how they do it, you know, what material they use. It's very strong. I've had this at the beach, hiking, walking, town, in rain. You know, this has got completely covered in stuff, and it just somehow is still fine. Like there's just nothing wrong with it. Even where you would expect wear and tear, like on the top here, there's just not really any wear and tear. And even if there was, they have like this crazy lifetime warranty. So they basically said if there's anything wrong with it, like for your whole life, they'll just replace it for free, which is, in my opinion, that's just crazy. Like, that's really cool. So yeah, let me just start by showing the different bits. This is the front, and you have this kind of like section where you can quickly put things in on the outside of the bag, and you can adjust that with these straps. Then you have obviously this like quick zip section on the front, and then you have two sections, you know, elastic webbing sections on the sides. So what I've got on this one is like a little raincoat. That's why there's something in there. I have a raincoat in there. And then I always put my water bottle on the other side, because they're the things you need the most, right? If you're hiking around: water, rain. So yeah, that's why I have that. There was a hip belt. So this does come with a hip belt. I removed mine because I use this as a day bag, and my day bag is never heavy. So I didn't need this, and it was kind of like flapping around. So I removed the hip strap, but it does have a web hip hip belt. The straps themselves, really strong, really comfortable. They have, you know, the chest strap thing that you find on most day packs, but it also has a whistle here. So it has a built-in whistle, which is very loud. I'm not going to show you, but it's very loud and annoying if you ever need to attract attention or something, and you will attract attention with it. If you travel a lot, which you probably do if you're getting a day pack like this, it has a pass-through hole, so you can chuck this on the handle of your suitcase if you're rolling it through an airport, and the suitcase will take the weight. So that's really cool, and it's also a nice handle to just grip the bag with. Okay, so very lightweight, water resistant. You know, I've tested that many times. It has basically just two main sections. So you have like the top section here, which there's quite a lot of space, and this is mainly just like small things, and then little compartments in there. You also have a little clip here. I don't know what you would use that to clip onto, but maybe you can find something. And then you have the main compartment, which is this big one. Now there's a lot more going on here. So you have basically a padded laptop section where you can chuck your laptop in, or you can put a water, you know, hydration system like a water bladder in there, and then you can clip that in up here. So this is to, you know, hold the water bladder up, and then the water tube passes through this section and comes out the back. And as you can see here on the back, it says hydration, H2O, because I guess that's the intended purpose of this little hole, is for the water tube to come out. Well, one use I thought about is I mount an action camera on the strap when I go walking. And so what you could do is you could have a power bank inside the bag, and then you could have the charging wire coming through this hole and out into the action camera, so that you can record for, you know, multiple hours at a time instead of just 1 hour. So yeah, very useful feature. And then yeah, as you can see, laptop section. This whole back section, I don't know if the camera will pick this up, it's like padded foam with air holes, and then that's all covered by this little mesh. The result of that is it's so comfortable. Like, I can't explain how comfortable this bag is. It literally just feels like you're wearing nothing. And even when it's heavy, you know, this backing makes it really comfortable. And then yeah, this is the main big section. There's no surprises in there. Like that's what you see is what you kind of get. And the whole thing is very light. The straps, very strong. I can't fault it, you know. On the straps themselves, they have these little loops here. I'm not sure exactly what they're for. I think it's for hydration tubes, like when you have a water bladder inside and then you put the tube through here and it kind of holds the tube. And there's 2 of those. And then, yeah, everything's adjustable, as you can see. This is the bag. It's very, very small, very compact and lightweight. I did actually for a while use this as my only bag as a digital nomad. So I would have everything I own inside this. But what I eventually had to do when I started traveling to some colder places is obviously I needed more clothes, and clothes take up more space, especially if you're over 6 foot. So I had to get a slightly bigger bag, and what I do is I just put this bag inside the bigger bag. So then when I arrive at my destination, this is my travel bag, or this is my day bag. Yeah. So overall, the Osprey Daylite Plus, I have to say this is one of the only company logos that I actually don't mind being on the products. Like I kind of like it. It's almost like it is like a brand, or like you see this and you think, oh, maybe they're into hiking. Maybe they're, slightly adventurous or something. So it's almost like this kind of identifying symbol. Like if you see somebody else with an Osprey, usually, in my experience, they're the type of people who would be into like hiking, adventure sports, traveling, action, that kind of stuff. Usually. Yeah, so really cool. I don't mind the logo. And it's also quite minimalist anyway. It's not exactly like it sticks out that much even. This, I have to say, the last thing I'll say, this end section where you can just chuck stuff in is actually really useful. You don't realize how useful it is until you start using it. But basically, like, there are so many times, especially as a nomad, when you're traveling around on holiday or something, when you want to you want to hold something quickly, but you don't want to just, you don't want to have to like go through the effort of unzipping the bag, putting it in, zipping the bag back up. If you're in a hurry, then you can just literally just chuck it in there, and then that's it. Very useful. It's also useful if you're carrying like something wet. Like let's say if you go to the gym or the spa or something, go swimming, and you've got your wet trunks, you don't want to put them in the bag with the rest of your stuff, but you can just chuck them in there. Or, just hang them off the side or something, and then they can dry. So yeah, really useful for that. And then I've tied them up because I never really use this that much. I've tied them up, but these straps are fully adjustable, and this sort of extra section here expands out to about here, so you can really fit quite a lot in there. It's a very expansive little pouch, and you can just unclip it there if you need to. Yeah, so that's it. It sounds a lot heavier than it is, and that's just because I've got the jacket and the coins and stuff. But this is really lightweight. Like weighs nothing basically. So yeah, this is the Osprey Daylite Pro, or the Osprey Daylite Plus daypack rucksack thingy. So yeah, as always, the link is in the description. I hope you enjoy, and see you next time.